Imagine that you're in a tent and you're studying for your master's. You are completely broke and you have been supporting a family, going to school, not able to afford a place to live, and you're doing everything you possibly can to just get to tomorrow. Just to tomorrow. All you know is you have enough time and you're trying to maximize on that. I wanted to chat with you guys today about a story, something that's very near and dear to me, a inspiration for me in some of the things that I'm building right now, a very deep level of family and security and those kinds of things that really is something that I would hope for anybody in their life, but wasn't really there for me at various stages in my life. I made lots of bad decisions and aligned with the wrong people, and it was all because I wasn't conscious of what my core values were or a number of things along those lines. Aligning with people on a sense of price versus a sense of value. Just a little bit of context. So the story that I would share is one of my father, something that is, for me, a point to look up to, because a person like your father generally represents qualities that you aspire to in most cases, or you find people in your life like mentors that cause you to be inspired to do greater in your life, emerging a sense of inspiration from that convergence with their wisdom or experience or anything like that. So when we sit there and we look at these people around us, if you step back and watch your life like a movie, you'll see that these figures around you are also very human. Whether they have a lot of money or whatever your drive in life is, whether that's a deep sense of value, whether that's ego, whether that's making money, whether that's learning, generally those are the four categories. And so when I started learning about my ego and the greed or selfishness that I portrayed in some of my actions and those kinds of things, I started realizing that as altruistic as I wanted to sound, I wasn't living up to it. And so I think that's a really good place to start. Imagine that you're in a tent and you're studying for your master's. You are completely broke and you have been supporting a family, going to school, not able to afford a place to live, and you're doing everything you possibly can to just get to tomorrow. Just to tomorrow. All you know is you have enough time and you're trying to maximize on that. Well, that's my father during his master's. A person who struggled with everything he had to get a degree and move into a point of stability for himself that he hadn't been offered by his family or other people around him. From there, my father went on to build a big business. When the time came, through a series of bad decisions, a divorce, addiction, a number of other things, he ended up with nothing. And now my father is living in a trailer park, right, in northern Wisconsin. He's barely able to get by. He's going bankrupt. He's struggling for his life. Something to be incredibly grateful for, which gives me pause to say, hey, nothing is that bad. Nothing is truly that bad when you look at it in your life. In fact, there is no reason why, if you have your life and you get out of bed every day, there's no reason why you should have a complaint. Because generally it's on us if we can't get something. And there is always a solution. There are always problems. In fact, my 3-year-old daughter can bring up problems. It's how we solve those problems that really matters. So when we look at someone's life, we have to think to ourselves, well, what is this really aligning with? Where are the core values in how we make decisions? Do you choose your business partners on that? Do you align with people on a sense of price versus value? If you do, I would put out this challenge. Sit down and look at the relationships in your life that have been aligned on price and look at how long they lasted. Look at what the half-life was of those relationships. Then take a look at the ones who are just a little bit, if price is on this end, take a look at the ones who are a little bit more aligned with value going in this direction. Um, you'll see that the half-life of relationships, the longevity of it increases, and the security of those relationships increase, and the respect that that person has for your boundaries. So when I think about it, I'm thinking about how we can align ourselves with a deep sense of value and actually be pursuing that. I'm thinking about how we can build businesses and find the right people to work together with. That's incredible, right? To be able to work in that field and assist people with that kind of access to opportunity is an absolute blessing. I mean it. Like, it's incredible that I have a family, that I get out of bed every day, that my father is alive and well. And even though his business failed, right, he succeeded in amazing ways. To see this man without a job, without, like, people, he's stuck on Medicare, so he's worried that he can't afford to even survive at this point in time. To see someone like that these days in that position is just crushing, right? And not in the sense of giving up, in the sense of, I see a problem and we have to find a solution for this in the world. We need to, whether that's for my father or not, we need to find a way that people can properly align with each other, right? At least stronger or more strongly than they are currently. And to give tools and systems out there where people can find that access to opportunity. This is a clarion call and a challenge I would send out to anyone. Are you using your perspective every day to make the best out of whatever you can, whatever you have? Are you defeating your greatest opponent, yourself? And are you wearing the mask of the person in the mirror, the toughest mask to wear of who you truly are? That's a challenge I would send out to anyone. Sit down and take a look at if you are doing that in your life. Ask yourself a couple of questions. What are my values? Is there ego in my conversations? Am I greedy with other people's time, with their resources, more appropriately, their wisdom and resources? Am I doing this to learn, or am I doing this to hear the sound of my own voice? Those are all beautiful questions. Thank you for your time today. I'd love to hear what you guys think.